that money rules the world. They also say that a man is defined by how much money he has or how much money he possesses. But we don't really get to hear much about women and money. I guess this is something that society or our families or even we as women still think is foreign to us. But we are going to find out women and money. How do we associate with money? How do we get money? How do we sustain our money? We are going to find that out here on the show. So welcome to Women in Business. My name is Mary Great Nachiganda.
My name is Martha Nimsima. You're most welcome to the show. Here we're going to discuss very many virtues in the business world, what is trending, what is keeping up with the women in business. So today our topic is, what is money? How does a woman manage her money? How does she sustain her business with this money? And also we're going to talk about the different expectations that entire society has on women. In these expectations, some might be negative, some are really positive. So in case the expectations are negative, how does a woman overcome these expectations the world has on them?
So after this short break, we are going to find out what exactly we as women need to know about money.
Liquid. How do you call it in Econ? The liquid, yeah, the liquid is it. But anything, for as long as you can turn it into money, that's money.
Okay. There is this view that a woman's money is her money. Let's say
Very.
It's true. Why is that true?
Why it's true? It's because by the time, usually in society, women, men are the ones that provide.
Yeah.
But by the time a woman takes the initiative of making her own money, it's her money because we don't have a lot of opportunities out there. So by the time we get an opportunity, that's our money.
Today we are at Coffee City in Tinda. It's a good place, by the way. Just come through, check it out. It has good coffee, you can have good pictures, it has a good background and everything. Please guys, come by and have fun.
And to teach us more about money, for us to learn, even you the viewer out there, to learn about money and how you can have money and sustain it as a woman, is a lady that we can all agree has this information. She has put it in practice, and we can all agree that whatever she's going to tell us is the absolute truth about women and money and the expectations that we hear from society. How can we overcome them? How did she overcome this? Because there are quite many. So, our dear guest, welcome to Women in Business.
Thank you so much, Nachiganda, for welcoming me to Smart 24. Viewers, I'm Prudence Okunika, the CEO of K Roma, producers of better wines and juices which are organic and the best in the whole world. Welcome to the show.
Wow, I love that confidence. The first thing that we should wear as women is confidence. We can all agree. As long as you're confident, you believe in your brand, the sky is the limit, or not even the sky. So, Madam, we are very pleased to have you here on the show. And what do you understand by money? For the experience you've had, what has been your interaction with money like? What was the first introduction? How can you tell us about money?
The first thing we said that from the way I spoke, sky is the limit, and that is our motto. We started with that sky is the limit. I just wanted you to know that is our motto. That's a very good question because it is money that makes business. Once you mess up with money, you can't go far. But with the women, we are also gifted. We make, you have met ladies when they are doing their shopping. She has a carist. That is very, very important. She's already budgeting. But compared to men you can meet someone and say, hey, Mugurira coaching, and he will put up to man and give. But a lady is very careful. Not all of them, but the majority are very careful on how they spend their money. Now when we come to business, you cannot, before you start a business, you have a business plan. And when you start business, you do budget. When I say, what am I going to do with this money? So with ladies are very, very careful. They don't just spend on anything. That's why they manage homes. Because you have seen in most of the homes, a man can give you money for posho, beans, meat, and he stops there. But she will make sure she will get cooking oil, she will get onions, she will get charcoal. She's not going to steal from anywhere, but that money she's given, she budgets it very, very well.
I would like to give an example about women and being very good budgeters. I remember in lockdown, lockdown was a very good learning experience for many of us. That is when we had time to interact with our parents more. My father at some point said that in lockdown they're actually saving money. Because he's a distance worker. When he's working, you may find that he's having 20K for lunch and then another 20 for supper. But when we were home, he would only give, like, let me say 30K, and it's enough for the entire family. So he would wonder, like, how are women able to do this? I eat this alone as lunch. So I think we are really good at budgeting.
He had not realized it. Okay, they will say we learned a lot from Corona. It was, sorry for those who lost their lives, but we have changed the way we changed the way we were living in positively.
And also, I think women are creative when they hold that money. When you get like a 30,000 as Kameza money that day, you have some chibina you're saving with some money. You'd really think, if my kids today eat, it might be cheap food, but you think about making it so nice for the children, and then you also save some money for your other support.
And also,
and everything.
from that Kameza, you find it, there are some men who don't even think my children are ever smart.
How does my woman do it?
I don't buy clothes.
Yeah.
She's not working.
By
But
the
the
way.
little Kameza money you leave, she budgets. She's not wasteful. She budgets for it.
And madam, there is this phenomenon that women have. I think society puts it in us, and we also encourage it as women. There is what they call sente kazi. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
What is this money? Because they say men's money is for the entire family, but your money is your money. Is that the case it is with you?
I think it comes just automatically. Though me, I'm a bit different. I'm a type who doesn't want to depend on anyone. Just from my childhood, I come from a well-to-do family. My father was also an entrepreneur. But from childhood, I feel I have to depend on myself. I don't say, don't give me anything. When you give me, I appreciate. But I feel as if it is a debt which I have to pay, and which has helped me to survive. Because once we have people who want to depend, whether you have your money or not, you feel you should depend on someone. So when they say sente kazi, she earns little in a hard way. She hustles to get it, that kazi money. Because men have a lot of opportunities of working for money.
High
But
salaries.
but like women, it is limited, especially when she's a housewife. She can do some, maybe go to a neighbor, wash clothes, maybe does what, or sell some few tomatoes, a sente kazi.
Okay.
But a man has a lot of opportunities
to get the money.
There's building sites, he can go and climb there. He can do a lot of things compared to a woman. So a sente kazi, meaning that little money she has got, he has a lot of things to cover.
So it should just be to cover her needs and maybe the needs of the children. Because most people think because it is sente kazi and that is how they call it, then it is, the gender roles in society. So I am not going to contribute to fees because this is my sente kazi. It's only for me and
let me remind you one thing.
The home needs.
You are living in a time when men are equal to women.
Yeah.
But at our mother's time, it's a man to provide. It is a man you are supposed to be home, and the man goes to work and he provides everything. For you, you are to cook, to take care of the family. So when things started changing, that's why they sent kazi. A woman was not supposed to earn.
But I think
But now they are earning.
these days women actually do better things than men.
They do better, and their life has become easier. You are just a parasite.
Choose even bad depending on someone.
And that's why marriages were not even lasting.
Of that time.
That time, okay, these days, Okay, there are some advantage and disadvantage. They they were lasting because you have to tolerate whatever
taught to tolerate.
Whatever the man
how
brings,
much
just
you are however much you are mistreated you, but there is no one who can respect you when you are depending on him. Every day tomatoes, onions, my saloon, what, you are a beggar. But like now when you are earning your own money, the money is earning his own money, you sit down your budget, you respect each other. So that's why that name even came St. H cars, because before they were not earning. So now they are earning, and it is supposed to be spent in a different way. And why they keep on saying St. H cars, when you cheat such a person, she has earned her money. That's why she said St. H cars, don't tamper with it.
But you tamper with the one for the man.
for the man.
But for them,
But they have to provide in any case.
Are those
so
not double standards that we women continue to put us in a dangerous situation? Because if I continuously victimize myself that it is hard earned money, it is little money, then I am still not achieving the gender equality that we are fighting to achieve.
No, but you have it. You are earning it.
It
You
is
are,
you
you are
owns
earning
that
the
money.
you own the money. That St. cars is like you don't just spend anyhow.
budget
They,
and everything.
not say they should sympathize with you or what. And it is also teaching men how to handle money. Because if you are a man and a woman, we both of us have earned 300, the following day you are crying. Because when you sit in a bar like this, you want to carry the table. Can a woman do that? You meet a girl, just we have looked at a girl and we have liked her, you find your,
Giving out the 300.
you give us the 300. Let me say, when I tell people I started a business and business has grown, I started without capital, they don't believe it.
It's hard to believe.
But you plan for
Eh.
your percentage because
Every money I earn, I have to plan it. You have starting a business is in so many ways. You can start it in another way when you have money, and you can start it in another when you don't have money. You can start selling for someone until you have enough money to earn, to start to put it in your own business. And your business, a woman knows that this is business I have started, this money is for the business, I'm working for the business. But it's men reach a certain level, they want to show off. They start pulling money from the business. A lady can say, I love that car. You have it. The more money he gets, the more concubines. So,
more
but
wasting.
a woman will add that money in the business. You see the business growing. You'll see the difference.
Yeah.
And because I tried to do that research, why does businesses survive more than the ones owned by men? And I found they are weak. And you see, they have also that weakness. I'm sorry to talk about that men because that is the topic today. And those are the weaknesses I have discovered from proper research. Men don't want to say no. They don't want to get ashamed to say that. If you say, like now we are at the coffee shop here, I say, you young girl, you come say, can I please have a cup of coffee? Sure. But if a woman, I don't have it, I don't have that free money, I can't pull out from my business to buy you coffee.
And these days, so many, especially the young girls, we use that as an advantage because men are weak with money and they fear to say no. I have a group of friends who have had it with several people. They just say, let me say they're going to a club for a night out. They just say, just come with money for your first beer. The rest we shall get.
She just sits there and a man feels bad to see a woman just sit.
No, even they just come. They just get excited when they see a girl in the bar. They come through and they start buying you drinks and everything.
So
And the
that's
night
how that's how they were created, and that's why most women have succeeded in their businesses. Though the advantage for men, they also work harder than us, they earn more than us, so they feel free to spend it. They on what they like. He feels good when he buys you a cup of coffee. Miss a beautiful girl. Buys a cup of coffee, he feels big. He's seated with friends, he covers the table with bottles, he feels big. But a woman will not do that. A woman will spend what he has.
But then we continue, despite us being, let me say, better budgeters and better planners, we continue to see that, okay, even when our incomes are little, our money depreciates faster than men's, like it gets finished. So how can we, yeah.
Stays as it's supposed to stay.
Why it gets finished? Your husband even can give you money to go to the market. The way I've said, he has budgeted meat, matoke, what. But you know the tomatoes are not there. You need spices. You know that your child likes this. So you has what you have put that extra.
Money
So,
for your kids.
That's why you find you may not keep money because we are, should I say we are generous or what?
And if it comes to family, women are their heart is just out there to make their kids happy.
If
We are
you
emotional beings.
if you go to a home and you ask how much, well, you see what is in the home, cutleries, furniture, what. You see how much a woman has contributed compared to a man. A man may have bought a sofa set, chairs, a set of chairs, he might have built that house, a nice bed. But there are so many things which are around in the
The
house.
wallpapers in the house, the designs are all for a woman.
Double towels which carry saucepans from the
Saucepans.
In
fire.
the
Men don't even know that those
kitchen,
are
what-
bought.
Yes.
He doesn't even realize those things are there.
Sometimes even the cutlery stands, they just buy spoons and put them there. And what do you expect me to do? I have to display the table, not okay. And
So
when
do you
visitors-
think women are not good enough at investing, or we haven't embraced this enough?
No, they are
We
good
spend
at
whatever we have.
they are good at investing. Their money goes for the right thing. That's what I tried to say. They may not keep that money, but what is spent is the right one. Not anyhow that I meet you and just buy you a bottle of beer, buy you coffee when I'm not prepared. She will spend on what is necessary. The way I said now, he may bring those categories, but you have no stand. You will sit and buy it. It is necessary. You are not just buying something which is not necessary.
so women spend on the necessary things.
Necessary things. A man will bring your children shoes, but you know they need socks.
Yeah, they need shoe polish for their shoes.
Shoe polish, they need the rack for putting those shoes. So that is a woman. A woman's money, which is not budgeted, which other people will not see.
And
Which,
also, the other
yes.
thing is that research has it that most of the businesses here in Africa, the business startups, the new businesses are by women. But for some reason they collapse or they don't grow. You know, I think you are lucky to have Bella. Not lucky, I think there is so much hard work and so many other factors that it grew to that point. But so many women's businesses are stagnant for a long time. Let me say for years, you've seen her with a kiosk there, it is not growing. So we need to be empowered, we need knowledge, and that is what we want to find out from you. How can we become better entrepreneurs? Even with our small startups, our small capital, as you can see.
But I've always said business is not for everyone.
But what if I want to do business?
No, we are
We are human beings.
we all have our callings. That's why what you are doing it better. I cannot do what you are doing. So not business is not for everyone, but people try to go into the business. And those businesses you are saying women are failing, they are started by men. A man will get money and say, my wife has to go and do this business. You want to be a journalist, but your husband said, no, I have money, you have to start this business. She will start it, but take over what she will start, but she will not go very far. Those are the businesses you go. You are a customer comes, the woman is on this makeup, because that's not her.
It's not her passion to sit in the
Because
boutique.
the husband gave her money. They started a business because they have money,
Husbands have-
not because it was her passion. Like I compare myself, the businesses has been growing not because we don't get challenges, but I get challenges and I still persistent in that business because I have passion for that business. But if you don't have passion for the business, any small thing, you go. So those are the businesses that collapse, and they say, I even have a relative who divorced, the husband divorced her because he said, I put a lot of money in this business and it collapsed. But you are forcing her, she wants to be a teacher, you are forcing her to do business.
But we also know that the job ratio, it does not add up to the graduate ratio. Because when we get out of school, sometimes business is not for you and you don't really want it, but there
it's
is
the only way
nothing
to
you
get
can
money
do.
since you can't
It's the
go
only
for
way
a
to
job.
get money at that time. So many graduates are out there, they don't know what's next. But they can afford to get, let me say, small money from whichever source, maybe
Like
a
I've
loan
saved in
or from
campus, your
yes.
years you've been saving, so you want, let me just start up selling cosmetics, let me just start doing makeup
No,
out of
Just
the
for the time
situation.
as
That's
they
when I
look for
say no.
employment.
You would advise
I'm
them
a
to,
business person, but I started my business when I was young.
what did you base
No,
besides
business
passion?
naturally, every environment I see an opportunity for business. You don't need to first graduate, save money. At campus, you would be selling some things, few things if you're a business person. You don't need the capital. There are some, there are, like for us you have bought for me a dozen of books. You reach a school, there are some girls who don't have books. I will sell
You
to
sell
them.
to them.
No time, by the way.
Yeah. So when now they come for visiting, I give them money or when it is time for outing, I go and buy more books. Yeah. I may have sold it with some profit.
So what I'm getting from what you've just said is that even when you don't have a job yet, because our education system really prepares us to be job seekers, unlike a few people that study to create their jobs. Even when you don't have that job yet, you shouldn't start a business if your heart is not into it.
No. Naturally, business, if you
Business
are
person is a
a
business
business
person.
person, you have never been there without business.
You always
I worked
think
in finance for 30 years, but I was always having something I'm selling.
at office.
At the office, they want the time for interview. They approach me. I know where I can get them the best dress.
Wow.
Let me say you have interviews. The civil servants you have interviews. When there is cost of sugar, I know where I can get. And every time I have, like now I have a young family. They have to dress up. You can't say I will wait for my salary. As a business person, I just go. You go to Chiembe there. I will just buy a dozen of dresses, a dozen of children clothes. I come and sell and select the sizes for my children. That is the profit.
And you
Who
get
will-
money out of it very fast.
Very fast. It is a season for mangoes. I just
Bring
go to
them at
Nakasero,
office.
get caveras.
Bring to office and sell.
Yes,
Wow.
I get my money. So let nobody deceive you that a business person, you wait for time when you graduate. Never.
So that means some entrepreneurs are just born. They don't make, like, you have to train yourself to be, just have to
No,
be.
whether you start a business, what.
No, you don't know what to do. You will
You
still
can
be
never,
disturbed.
you can never, because there are challenges in everything we do. Like this year you meet challenges, but you stick to it.
Yes, because you want it.
But when in business you can't stick to it when you are
You're weak-hearted.
like now during the Corona, even business that time of Corona, I can't just sit because the Corona. You just hide in your office. You saw men, women. They put food in their boot. They pack here and they start selling. Yeah. But another one is there say, hey, Corona, I have nothing to eat. We have nothing to eat, but we yambe. When are they bringing kaunga? Hmm?
I actually saw very many teachers in my home area. When COVID came, and you know how private schools, they're not going to pay during holidays or during such a time. They would go to the market, buy onions, tomatoes, and walk get to get, selling those things.
Yeah.
And I feel like that
And
was
somebody
something good.
has no transport to go to the market. There's what, but if you sacrifice, you buy a sack of potatoes, or tomatoes, then you divide it in caveras. You go door to door. You get your money and you get your tomatoes to eat that day.
Yes. And even sometimes people use their redundant things at home, like you'd look at your home, you have an extra washing machine, you have an extra blender, you just start doing
Somebody
instant.
says, yeah, I don't have capital, but he's carrying a phone like this. Do you know how much capital it is in this phone?
You can do something on the phone.
You want to keep a nice phone there and you say you have no money. You want to come to me
with
to
a
help
bad
you with the
phone.
200 to go and do
So
business.
I would sell off my phone and get a cheaper phone, and
Even you wouldn't have bought it. Because that money should have started a business.
The money you bought with for that phone.
And it is very much possible. There is, okay, in finance, we had, up to now she's very proud of me. She was a daughter of a very big man. The big man died, but he had left her with a big house. Somebody produced with her disappeared. So she was always, after work, she's begging for transport to go back home. Because salary is civil servants, you have to wait until the end of the... but I said, no, enough is enough. Today you have got salary. Now go and pass a winner. Go and buy cassava, buy cooking oil, you go with it. Tomorrow come with here cassava. Fried cassava. People will eat. People are seated here. Nobody is going to get out of office to go and look
Go and
for...
look what to eat
Yet-
in the town.
She was very happy. Now they started buying the cassava. She was also eating. Then he said now, my maid, what? I said, now that maid, you just live with your kid. Because now the man is not bothered. You have a big place which your father left you. You just buy a sack of charcoal. Get tins you put for her. You come and when people come, because now there isn't much to do at home with that kid. You have a big place, you put it. By the time you realize the road was putting their charcoal.
so sometimes we just need someone to be an eye opener to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an issue of
People should try
mindset.
getting
How will they see me
mentors.
selling cassava?
But lucky enough, she agreed. And there, you don't need much capital. So why should you eat your salary? Then tomorrow you have nothing to eat. Yet that salary, you can start something out of it. But a readiness also is there. All bananda babatya.
Bananda babatya.
Ndamogo.
But me,
Are
I
they going
would
to
feel
see
more
me?
ashamed of begging than earning my own money.
But begging, they feel like no one is going to know that I came to you and begged you for 20,000.
Says who?
Anyway, we have 3 categories. Those who are working very hard, those who are begging and stealing.
Yeah.
So that thief can never, even if you give him money to start business, he will not. But he will see how he can steal from you. He is gifted at stealing, though they don't. I can give you a story of a certain man. He was tired of his stealing. He was feeling bad. He steals, he doesn't get rich. So he went and confessed to the priest. I have this problem. I tried to stop by his what? So one time he was going with him. The traffic man stopped them. They said, now you are driving permit. There was a problem on the car. So they held his driving permit. They say you cannot what because your car has this. The priest was in a hurry. He was about to going to say mass. Said, now what do we do? So now the thief said, no, let's go. Said, but I can't go without my driving permit. Said, your driving permit is here. I told you me stealing is not.
But they stolen it from the office.
He stole it from the policeman.
Wow. Everyone is important.
Eh,
Every
but,
skill is important.
no, but he can't go far. You know that when you are with the devil, you can't go far. He will steal, but he will never succeed. He will remain poor. He will remain crying.
But the moment the thief helped the priest very fast. the
He
priest
said,
was
Father, that is the problem I told you. That because I got it from his hands without notice. Mm.
So which is the easiest way to make money? Because you've said there is stealing, there is begging. and
No,
there
you
is
listen to
hardworking.
yourself. Who are you?
What if my heart tells me I should steal? What if maybe like now you
Then
can't see us?
you should go. That's why this one didn't want it.
Yeah.
He keeps on going to the father to
To
be helped.
repent.
If you don't, I can't say encourage that because for you are born a thief, you should do that one. You can
But
remove it.
I think no one is born a thief. We just end up being one and
I think
becomes
no one
hard.
is born anything. Even being an entrepreneur, I think no one is born an entrepreneur.
And
That's
now
why
we are born
sometimes-
entrepreneurs.
born
Sometimes I
entrepreneurs.
think we can really learn these skills. situation can push you to
But
the wall
everyone
and you
is
feel
gifted.
like,
You listen to who you are and do what you are.
but what if I feel like I really want it, but I've tried several and it's not
Then
working?
you'd stop. It has refused. You're going to keep making losses, right? And problems are going to keep coming in the business. That's what
Still
I
you will not
think.
succeed. It's better to listen to what your calling is. I
Like-
tried to. I wanted the midwifery so much. I didn't know these nurses because I was admiring this.
That thing is cute, by the way. And
When
the
I
dresses
reached
are
there, what I
nice.
saw after
they were
1 year, I
touching.
had to run away. But there are those who do it with passion. They are
Spend nights in the hospital.
with
And
the
it looks like a
patient.
hard thing. It's a life-taking
Those who are
job.
doing it when it is not their calling, they are the ones who are beating the patients, mistreating the patients, because they are doing what they don't like.
So entrepreneurs are really born. Like you
Yeah,
just
born
So
Insta-
I feel like that's a depressing statement to say that some of us are not born to be entrepreneurs.
tried
Because
But you are born to be a journalist,
yeah. Born to
I
be
would
a
also
you are
love to be an
and you are doing
entrepreneur.
it well. I cannot do it.
So someone should find out what their calling is before.
You see, like
Putting
now
so
when
much effort.
I told you when I was in finance, I would go to shops, get clothes, dozens, put in my car. Then I go
Sell.
to, I said, imagine a dozen, people will be fitting, removing from the hanger and what. But I don't feel bad putting them back and arranging them. But if it is not yours, it's some, now they have disorganized my clothes. But I would rearrange very well.
And find any hardships in doing it.
So
Because
this thing, you get people who irritate you, but you're
You're
Hold
determined
on.
to do whatever
yeah,
comes.
because that is your calling.
wow, women, we've had entrepreneurship is really actually about our calling, and we need to find out what our calling is as a person, as a human being, because it's not something easy, and sticking to something that's not easy, it really has to be your calling,
Yeah,
right?
and you have to be passionate about it. It might be your calling, and when you realize it, you're passionate about it. Might have kind of been avoided or something, but be determined as a woman. Try as much as you can to put up your game. Be at the best of it.
Okay, so as we go for this very short commercial break, you've heard that women, we are very good planners. We actually have good money spending habits.
We do the best budgets out there for things.
So we should just strive more to see that this money, we sustain it, we even grow it. I want a business as big as Bella Wine, So
Even
let's go for
better.
this very short break and we shall be right back.